So I realized something, man. Like it's crazy how we um really like keep things in our life. We'll allow things to stay in our life that's not like add no value, it's not like serving any like purpose, just because we got like a familiarity, a comfortability, emotional attachment to things, like, or people, places. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. The day before yesterday, me and my baby mom, um, we connected. You know what I'm saying? We connected on some like, grown up shit, right? And there wasn't nothing there. Like when we was done, it was cold, bro. Like I ain't feel shit. And we've been separated for like a little bit of time now, but I don't even think it was just yesterday where it started though. You know, when you familiar with some shit, bro, when you comfortable, um, when you got like an emotional attachment to something, uh, someone, you'll ignore the fact that it's nothing there. Like you'll ignore the signs that it been over. You know what I'm saying? Like the fun been over. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like whatever it used to be, it's no longer. You'll ignore all of that just based off of being comfortable with a person, place, a thing. Being familiar with a person, place, a thing. Cause now that I understand things the way I understand them, my my connection with my kid's mom been over. And she said it a few times, like, I don't think you in love with me. You I think you're comfortable with me. And I'd be denying that shit, like, no, 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 no. But I really was believing myself, like, no, no, like I still fuck with you. Like you get on my nerves and shit like that, but who don't? Like, I mean, like, what couple don't go through that? Like, no, we solid, we good. Like I don't feel like that. But the whole time that's what it was. Like, I was comfortable. I was familiar with her. You know what I'm saying? But it hit me it hit me the day before yesterday, like, damn, like I really don't have no attachment to her. Like it's nothing there. No different from anything else that a person might be going through, or no different from anything else that might still or was still in my life for a long time. That just it was no room for it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it didn't measure up. But because I'm familiar with it, or I have certain emotional memories or attachments to it, I'll keep it around. And then like you start to realize, like, yo, this shit destroying more than it's um you know it's destroying things, rather than um just helping things or making things better. Like, yeah, like it's worsening things as opposed to like making things better. It's like, but think about like what we'll do as people to keep things around because they're just familiar to us. They make us feel comfortable. Because being uncomfortable being unfamiliar is uncomfortable. And so many of us hate being uncomfortable so much that we'll stay within the familiar. You know what I'm saying? Just to not be uncomfortable for a little while. Like, even for me, like I told myself, I was like, bro, I don't even want to have any type of interaction with her like that no more, because it's it's not beneficial for either one of us. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know how she feel, but for me, I don't even want to waste my energy on that shit. Like, I don't even want to have that soul tie, that contract that I'm signing off on every time we interact. Like, I'm cool. You know what I mean? Like, and it's just better that way. But I was just thinking about that. Like, yo, man, think about all of the things that we keep relevant in our lives because we so comfortable and it's so familiar to us. It could be your job, it could be your wife, it could be your husband, it could be anything. Like, I mean, it could be anything. Think about how many people that's in marriages that fucking despise each other, bro. That really want to cook each other for that life insurance policy or something. You know what I mean? We already know it's a ton of people out here that's at jobs that they just familiar with. Like, I felt like that when I was at my gig. Like, bro, I ain't trying to start over nowhere else, bro. It's like so much procrastination crammed into not wanting to be uncomfortable or unfamiliar. But yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to share that, like, we actually smashed and got it in, and I've been I felt that feeling before, but I ignored it. Like, this was years ago that I was feeling like, yo, like, I'm not physically attracted to you no more. Like, I don't have, and that might fall under that might be under the umbrella of being in love with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Romantically in love with somebody. Like, I probably been out of this shit, but I allowed myself to stay in this relationship another 6, 7, 8 years because of the familiarity, not wanting to, be alone and not want, because I definitely wasn't ready to be alone back then. Like, now I'm like, I love being dolo. I love being in solitude, and I love this part of my life. You know what I'm saying? Because it's less chaotic. It's peaceful. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfucker can't say I was with him. You know what I mean? And no drama, no chaos. Like, I used to be in such a chaotic life. Uh, I don't even know how I made it through that shit when I think about it a lot of times. But this part of my life is like, it's beautiful. You know what I mean? It's like, it's in its prime. So I'm okay with being alone. I'm okay with the idea first of being alone. See, I wasn't even okay with the idea of being alone back then, bro. Like, even when I thought about, like, damn, what would life be like without her? Like, she got my kids. Cause I always told myself, bro, I ain't having my kids with any old body. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna wait. And a lot of my homies was having kids at 16, 15, some even like 14, 17, like different numbers, but just, we was still in high school. We was still young. Like, well, I wasn't going to school, but we still was supposed to be in high school. Like, and niggas was having baby moms and shit, and I just ain't understand that shit. And I was just like, no, I can't be one of them niggas. I was seeing the drama, I was seeing the separation and the chaos and the stress that it brung niggas at such a young age. So, I had my first son at 22. And but I had made a vow to myself, like, yo, whoever I had my kids with, I'm gonna be with for the rest of my life. And I made a good choice. I feel like I took my time, but life happens, bro. People separate. And that's something else. My mom used to tell me all the time, but I never wanted to hear that shit. Like, no, not me and her. You never want that shit to hit home. Like, but the severity and the reality of it. Like, people grow apart. Nothing lasts forever. And you hear all of these things and people throwing at you. You're like, no, not me and my girl. Like, we different. You want to be different so bad. You know what I'm saying? But, things do happen. You know what I mean? But, I took my time and I had all 3 of my children by one woman. You know what I mean? So, um, but people fall out of love, bro, and I was so young. 20 is young to get with a person and be with them until you 37, 36 years old. You know what I mean? You missing all of those years. You think you missing something, you with one woman, like, but, yeah, man, like, I probably, strung, strung this relationship along a lot more years than I probably should have, just based off of not wanting to be uncomfortable. When I would think about not being with her and probably being on child support, or her being with somebody else, or her having another nigga around my kids, like that shit, I couldn't even, the idea put me in a different space, like, you know what I mean, mentally, you know what I'm saying? But um yeah, like just to avoid being uncomfortable or being in an unfamiliar situation, I fucking drug the relationship along way longer than, like I said, I probably should have. You know, this shit probably been over like 7, 8 years ago. But you know, when, like I said, when you comfortable, man, that shit dangerous. And I'm a person, well, I used to be a person that loves comfortability. And like I said, the thought of being separated away from my kids and her, and the thought of being alone or not being with somebody I'm familiar with, even dumb shit like, damn, I'm had to start using condoms again because I'm gonna be with people that I haven't been with, or I'm gonna be with a person that I haven't been with. Like dumb shit. You start to think about even the dumbest shit, to not come up out of that familiar space, or that comfort. um you start thinking about all kinds of shit like, damn, man, we don't use protection, or we know each other, and I mean, you could get cheated on and catch, but I'm just, just in the gist of it, like in totality, in its entirety, you be like, bro, like, I don't want to start over, bro, so I'm gonna drag this shit out, even though I'm not romantically in love with this person, or it's nothing left. I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stay. As much as, look, is as beneficial as it is for her and me, for me to keep it real as a man and be like, yo, it's nothing there, and for me to probably be possibly missing out on a greater part of my life by just doing the right thing, and going against the grain, or dealing with being uncomfortable for a little bit of time and moving on with my life and being happier. I'd rather stay somewhere where I'm comfortable, and I'm in this familiarity, and this emotional attachment that I have. Like, you know, it's crazy when you think about it. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, we did it, and it just, that probably was like I said, a lot of shit I've always realized in the past, but now that I have more clarity and I value myself more, it's like, bro, I'm seeing shit so different. Like, and I'm just, I'm stepping to it. Like, if it's not adding value to my life, I'm stepping to it. You know what I mean? If it's gonna hold me back, or if it feels like maybe like too much like the past, or it feels too familiar, like what my old life was like, or something from my old life trying to creep into my new life, like, I'm stepping to it. You know what I mean? Like, because it's not being tolerated. You know what I mean? Like, I'm serious about this journey, and I'm serious about my evolution. Um, but I don't know, man. Let me know, in the comments, like, if y'all in any situation, or if comfort, familiarity, emotional attachment has kept you stuck in a situation, whether it be a relationship, a job, friendship, family member, um, let me know. Like, y'all been in any of those situations, or are y'all in that situation right now? You know what I'm saying? And shit, till the next time and shit.